While most schools follow the same rhythm, one dared to move to a different beat. It is here that a new kind of learning took root, one that sees children not as students to be measured, but as souls to be nurtured. Like sunlight through classroom windows, her presence turns learning into wonder. In this episode of BAYI, we meet an educator whose vision led to the founding of Tuburan Institute, Mindanao,'s first Steiner-Waldorf school. A woman with a heart for service, a spirit of wonder, and a soul full of will. Kate Estember.
I'm Kate Estember, and I'm currently teaching grade 3 students, so I am a teacher. In connection of what I'm doing right now, I would really say that it is deeply connected with how my parents are, who they are, and what I witnessed growing up. So I grew up with the parents who are, I would say, generous, and they're always into service. At the same time, I grew up with so many siblings. So in a way, you can already see that that's already a practice of what or where I am right now. Because being in this kind of context today, it has this element of dealing with the different ages, different kinds of people. So being the youngest of the 12, basically that's a practice for me since I was a child. I never really thought of teaching at all because my experience of a teacher or, as a child growing up, I didn't have that someone that I look up to as a teacher. There were a lot of incidents, so it's kind of interesting and weird in that way because it's not something inspiring that really brought me here. It's something opposite of that I felt there has to be a change that needs to happen. I think if I'm going to associate my own education to schooling, the only time that I felt I was awakened really, and I felt like I'm awakened to the reality of the world, and I'm starting to really think what I wanted to do. It was when I was in UP. When we talked about Paulo Freire, he is this guy behind the pedagogy of the oppressed. And that's when I realized that, wow, you can do something through education. That education is really a powerful vehicle if someone wants to do something about social transformation. It's so ironic that right now I'm teaching because it's not interesting to me at all. So I studied psychology, I took my master's degree, and then back then also, I think I was 17 or 18, I had already a lot of questions. In connection with service, with being authentic, I'm really seeking for an authentic service. Because education is the list that I want to get into. My passion is really human development and social transformation. That's what brought me to Waldorf education. Because when I heard about it, it has a promise. My question was, how is it really possible to change society through inner change or social transformation? Reflecting back, and I've been reflecting about this actually, that there's no single incident that brought me here. It feels like it's already planted in my own story. And it's up to me to discover or to listen if these incidents in my life, how can I actually utilize them to be able to really make sense that this is the life that I'm maybe called to do, or to live. So I taught in psychology as an assistant professor in NDMU, Notre Dame of Marble University, for 4 semesters. And there was this significant moment when I was giving an exam to my students. This was, I think, just months before I finally resigned. And it was quiet. And that was the time when there were series of an evaluation of teachers. And I'm one of those who got a top rating of teachers. And I thought to myself, I'm affirmed that I'm a good teacher. And when I say good teacher, means that my students like me, they like how I'm teaching, and it seems to me and it appears to me that they understand, they understand what I'm teaching them. And it led me to series of self-realization that eventually made me resign from my work. And I told myself, I don't know where I'm going after this, but I will not do anything that's not an expression of who I am.
Some lives begin with answers. Kate's began with questions, a search through shadows until she found light in co-founding Tuburan. Up next, we'll see how Tuburan Institute was built from its humble beginnings to the vision that brought it to life. BAYI will be right back.
My meeting with Waldorf education is through a wet-on-wet painting. The son of my friend, I saw it and I was so curious, And eventually, I visited the school. It was not love at first sight. But after a few months, or years actually, because that was 2006, but around 2010, I happened to be in a workshop where Waldorf parents, board members, and founders were there, and they speak so highly of Waldorf education. I just knew it. This is the approach that I want. Because earlier I said, I don't want to do something that's not an expression of who I am. And I met it here. The Waldorf education see the human being as a whole. That yes, they are the thinking human being, but they're also a feeling human being, and they're a doing human being. The idea of Tuburan started when I was 28. So I literally, the beginning of Tuburan, in its seed form, started when I turned 29, on my birthday. Inside me, I told myself, yes, we will have a Waldorf school in Mindanao. We invited one of the kinder teacher from Iloilo to do a session. And then when I saw her doing it, then I thought to myself, I can do that. And it's also because, this is now I'm going to connect it to my childhood. It's also because everything that she is doing it's not new to me. It's familiar. A teacher, or because the kindergarten setup is really like a home. So when we started the school, I have no contact. I don't know anyone here. But I was very convinced inside me it has to be here. And when the first kindergarten started, we didn't have even enough money to give a salary to our teacher. So I just decided I'm the ones who has maybe has an experience really in classroom teaching for the younger grades. So I went into teaching for the kindergarten. So from being an assistant college professor all the way to the kindergarten. That time I was just 29. I had to do a lot of studies. It's almost like I study before I sleep and I study when I wake up. And the other aspect of Waldorf teaching is the idea that the children came from the spiritual world, and I accept them in reverence because, behind each child is their own spiritual call, their own destiny. They have their own angels guiding them. A lot of it, even if you know the content, a lot of it is about you. It's about what's happening in your soul. And I really experienced that being someone who already did another cycle in comparison to my first cycle to now. That I really experienced that, oh no, I really have to do a lot of inner change to be able to teach.
For me, I would describe Miss Catherine as someone very supportive, and that's also what I like the most about her, because she supports us and she supports whatever we do.
The way siya unsa magdala sa class kay Gina-push niya kung unsa ang among limits. Like every time na pag siya na among ma-teacher, gina-push jud ko niya kung unsa pa ang more pa jud sa unsa akong naa karon.
Kate is a visionary. She is full of will, and she is very motivated to really pursue Waldorf Steiner education in Mindanao. And working with her is very inspiring. She is very open-minded to the call of the times, but very firm on really following the instructions based on the pedagogy of this education, of Waldorf education. And at the same time, very open to what is the current needs of the children.
Tuburan is Tuburan not just because of me. No, there were people behind me. For me, they are the real founders of the school. I just co-initiated the school, and I think that's the right word for me.
Working with Miss Kate, I would say it's a good mix of that feeling that you're working with a leader and a friend at the same time. She's not someone who's supreme above everyone here. Because of her, I now view education as something that goes deeper than surface level acquisition of knowledge. Because through this kind of education, I was able to really see people for who they are.
I would really say that they're surrounded by individuals who are really striving for something better, despite the lapses, limitation. So I'm excited that Davao or Mindanao is opening its space for so many educational institutions. That means opportunity for children to know more beyond themselves. I'm looking forward that Waldorf education will also be embedded in teachers' education in the major universities. It's something that even if I will not be paid, I would love to do, because I really want to spread Waldorf education and what it offers also as an option to those who are seeking for this kind of education. If I feel I still have something to contribute, I think I will still be here to help the school really establish its own physical and permanent home, to deepen its curriculum, and to deepen the relationship of people in Waldorf education and maybe anthroposophy, maybe in the next, 5, 10 years, if the school still needs me and my help is still relevant, I would still love to. I'm still making myself available to help the school. So, gikan sa ako ang kasing-kasing, daghang salamat